What's up, guys? It's Dakota, recording my second video for the day, and it's going to be uploaded tomorrow, hopefully, and you all see this tomorrow, and you all like it, and share it, and blah, 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 subscribe, follow, blah, blah, blah. Share to all your friends. Now, I'm recording this video because if you're a lifter, you already know what the fuck went down in powerlifting today, more specifically the IPF. And for those of you who don't know, the story is that Coan is holding a small little tour through Sweden doing seminars about powerlifting. And that the IPF has stated that none of its athletes, so no lifters under the IPF, are allowed to attend these seminars because of Coan's lifetime ban from the IPF. Unfortunately, this is where most of the posts stop giving information. And this is where also everyone just wants to go off and freak the fuck out. And I was like that at first, until I spent 5 minutes doing a Google search, looking into why, looking into more detail, and learning that, wow, it's not actually bullshit. And I'm sorry if none of you fucking like that idea, because you didn't spend 5 minutes Googling. Everyone, and there's two reasons why people think this is bullshit. One, again, because no one decided to learn why. No one knows the pretense to this ruling. And two, there's strong bias from a lot of lifters against the IPF for multiple things. So this is something where they're like, oh, the IPF's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb. Look, it's being dumber. Like, because you don't fucking think you're the one being dumb. Sorry. So I'm going to actually spit the knowledge before I spit my opinion. And the knowledge is why this is even an issue. And basically this is all the stuff none of you decided to look into. So why is this an issue? Well, it's not the IPF's choice. It sort of is, but this ruling is not their choice. They didn't sit there and say, Coan? No, can't talk to him. That wasn't the IPF. What it is the WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, who handles, I believe, all rulings on steroid, substance, stimulant, all that kind of stuff, use among athletes at the international level. I think they also handle I'm pretty sure they handle like NFL, NBA, so Pro League, American sports. I don't know about other countries or anything like that, but they do handle international athletes. I believe the Olympics, not positive, and if it's the Olympics, they're doing a real shit job with that. Because let's face it, they're all juiced out of their fucking minds. But that's a different story. We're talking about the IPF and powerlifting specifically, so we're going to kind of tone it down to that because it is a general topic, but we are focusing it into the IPF. Now, the WADA, like I said, choose what kind of substances can and cannot be used. So, for example, DMAA, the popular stimulant for powerlifting, in a lot of pre-workouts that got pulled from the shelves. I believe it was in the old Jack 3D. I believe it's in Craze. Provide me the information if I'm wrong, but whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's what Justin Norris just got caught with. Somehow he didn't get caught with steroids, but he caught with that. Whatever. But it's all substances that may impact your training in a way that your natural body can't. So, for example, caffeine isn't banned because caffeine doesn't enhance you in any way. Testosterone ethane is banned because it enhances you. Now, there are other rules in the WADA, that don't only pertain to the athlete using substances themselves. And the IPF, as in the IPF rulebook, states that all of its athletes, all IPF lifters, will abide by the rulings of the WADA. Fuck, that's a mouthful. And one of those rulings in the WADA is that no active athlete can interact, associate, or, be around, interact with an athlete who is serving a temporary or permanent ban from that sport due to breaking substance use regulation rules. Fuck, that's a mouthful. And break this down to the IPF. Coan is banned from the IPF for life for failing 2 or 3 drug tests back in the day. And the idea behind this, sorry, gotta adjust the chair. The idea why this is even an rule is because they're scared that, someone who got away with, say like Lance Armstrong has holding seminars for biking. Lance Armstrong got away with juicing for his entire fucking career. You think no one is sitting there like, how the hell did you do that? You think that's not useful information? It's fucking great information. And the same with Ed Coan. He didn't get away with it for super long, like his whole career, but he got away with it for long enough to set records. And that's the important thing. No one wants records set by someone who is breaking the rules. It happens, it always will happen, and will forever happen, but no one wants it, and they want to cut down on that. And that is valuable information on how did you not get caught with steroids. And that's their fear, is that he is going to teach these people how to do that. And that's just fact. This is why this is an issue. This is 5 minutes of Google searching. Now, my opinion on this is that, yes, it is bullshit. It's a weird ruling. But it is technically, by the IPF standards, the right thing to do. Because the IPF has stated in their rules, they will abide to that. And they can't just amend that because people don't like it. People don't like their squat depth ruling, but they're not just going to amend it because of that. Why is it bullshit, though? Other than the fact that Ed Coan is super popular and everyone just wants to learn from him and blah, blah, blah. Ignoring that, looking at it from an unbiased lens, why is it kind of bullshit? The biggest glaring issue for this is that other sports pay their athletes. In powerlifting and in the IPF, its athletes pay the IPF to compete. Not just a little bit, but decent amounts of money. Now, these might be covered by people's sponsors, by people's other, their country. I know other countries a lot of times cover international charges or international competition charges. But, for example, America doesn't. And not all lifters will get that covered. It depends a lot on your popularity, on how many people you know, and what kind of sponsors you have. So, what it comes down to is that we are already spending money to compete in the IPF, but they are regulating how and who we associate with outside of competition. And again, also, the IPF is heavily drug tested. Just drug test more. We pay you enough. Well, I don't pay them, but the lifters pay them enough that they can afford a few extra off-season drug tests. Because, again, if you have someone who rapidly improves from last year to this year after going to an Ed Coan, seminar, why don't you test them? Test the winners, 6 months later. See what they're doing in the off-season. I mean, most drug tested federations do already do that. For anyone winning, most of the time only the winners get tested, because no one really gives a fuck what, 11th place is doing. If you won 11th place on steroids, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're setting world records or American records or whatever, IPF records, they kind of do care because they need to know if that's natural or not. So I think it's bullshit, because I think the fear comes from it that these sports are then funding the athletes to go ahead and go break their rules. So by, transitive, this sports is literally paying for people to break their rules. Unfortunately, the IPF doesn't pay people. And I think that's a little bit bullshit, because it's, again, the athlete's money that will be going in these seminars. Their money, their hard work, not just the IPF's money. So, I mean, to cut it short, this video is already getting pretty long, longer than I wanted. It's the right thing by the IPF to do. 5 minutes of Google searching, like I said, will show you this. It's kind of dumb. It sucks for a lot of people, because Ed Coan's a really, really knowledgeable guy, and it'd be great to learn from him. But the IPF is abiding by their own rules set forth, and there's really nothing they can do about that. It's like, it sucks, but it's what happens. They knew this going forward, into obviously by accepting the WADA's rulings. So again, this video is getting longer than I wanted it, but that's all I got to say about it. If you want to argue about it, if you want to tell me your opinion, go ahead and leave a comment. I'd be happy to hear some people out there who don't just try to freak out and go, oh, it's dumb because of this. If you have an educated comment, if you have an educated opinion, leave it in the comments. I hope learning a little bit more about this subject helped a lot of you kind of understand why it's an issue. But if you didn't, whatever, fuck you then. It sucks if you're that ignorant that you can't just face the facts. And as always, guys, this is Coan, telling you to train hard and stay hard. Peace out, homies.